I really enjoyed my time in Japan. It was an amazing experience. We were looking for a place where we can do things together and spend time with family, travel, learn a new culture, and we found everything there. Really nice people, fantastic food, beautiful country. Anywhere you travel, you find peace. It was a fantastic experience. We still talk about that with my kids. They love the time they spend there. They still have friends. So it was a very intense year there, and I'm really happy to finish my career there because I found what I was looking for. When I was walking on the street and I see many young kids, 5, 6 years old, walking by their own to the school, I remember my kids, they were really young and they wanted to do the same. And for us in Europe, it's like, wow, you cannot walk into the school with 8 years old, and they did. So we tried to do the same things that the people there, and it was really nice. The food is amazing. You can have a great food anywhere, anytime. People is really nice. We travel by boat, plane, bicycle, and the people helps a lot, even not talking the same language. It's a really nice place to go. I will say to my wife, I will go tomorrow to live in Japan again, but maybe we'll do one day. I describe Japan as a country like a place that you have to visit to understand, because you have the famous Tokyo city. It's a crazy city, many people. You have to visit to understand the city, but then you have the south of the country, the South Prefecture is called. Kyushu is where I was living. That is very, very still Japanese, very old Japanese. Nice places, peace, temples. Waterfalls everywhere, beautiful. So you have the contrast of the country, and even more in the north you have Sapporo, the snow, obviously Kyoto, Kobe, the famous places. But it's amazing that you can find anything you need is there. You have volcanoes, you have snow, you have nice places for holidays, and fantastic people around. I think the level of the league is quite good. You have a fantastic players. Technically, they are so good because this is what they train since they are really little. The competition is very young. It's like, I think it's 55 years only. So they have many things to develop and to do better, but they want to, and they are keen to improve. It's really attractive for the players to go there because you have a nice life and you have a lot of passion in the stadiums. That surprised me. All the stadiums are full and the fans are really, really supporting the team, and the atmosphere is great. So I think it's a place that more and more European players and South American players are going because they found a really nice place to develop themselves. I found many of my old teammates in Europe there, but I remember Yuji Ono, who plays for my team, and Gonda was the goalkeeper of the Japanese national team that he plays with me in Sagan Tosu. And then most of the more talented players are already in Europe, really young, especially in Germany. But you can see when the national team was playing, everybody was supporting, which is really good. So now I think what is good for them is, Iniesta was there, Podolski was there, many big stars were playing the J-League. Many people was watching the games. That's why many of the young Japanese players, they move to Europe very quick because you have the attention of the league. So hopefully more and more players still are keen to go, and it's going to help to the Japanese player a lot. No, it was a coincidence. We were the same season. We were quite far one from the other when we were living in Japan. But it was nice to see that he wanted to go to Japan. I know him. I'm not surprised about that because once you are been playing in Europe for a long time, what you need is the opposite. Is just relax and this peace that you cannot find in Europe. We think very similar. As I told you before, we played together since we were 15 years old, and we needed just a break of all those seasons in Europe and with the national team and with our teams and play many games. He spent more time than me in Japan. He was really happy with his family there. So yeah, I think it's a place to go. yeah, I will recommend to go to Japan because it's depending what you are looking for. If you want a nice place with nice people, with nice food, with a lot of passion in the stadiums, with a good level of competition, and at the same time you can have a very quality family time and life, is the place to go. I think the most difficult thing for them is the same for us when we go to Japan, is to adapt to the different culture we have. Is completely different, and I think for them it's more difficult than for us, because here the things are crazy. Everything goes so quick, and you have games every 3 days, and traveling and interviews, and the people on the street, they stop you and they want something for you all the time. And in Japan it's completely the opposite. You can walk on the street with completely privacy. You can go with your family, no problem. And outside of the field, you are just a normal person that you can do whatever you want. That's why I say it's more difficult for them to understand that Europe is kind of a jungle. So when they adapt to that, they can show how good they are. And you can see in Endo and getting into a top club, adapting so quick and being an important player and a key player for the team. Japanese players are really talented and really good. With a Japanese player who adapt to the country, it's easy to fit into the team because they are really good. You can see with Kubo in Spain, playing in Spain for a long time. He came when he was really young. That helps. He's been around many years, and you listen to Kubo speaking Spanish and speak better than me. So he's into the culture. He's one of us now, and he's so good. So that's why I say, once you adapt, you will perform 100%. The main thing is that really respectful. Once we arrived there, they told us that Japanese people, they are always worried about bothering the other ones. They're walking on the street and they are not screaming and getting crazy like us here in Spain because they don't want to bother the other one walking next to you. I think that's everywhere. So they just want to be nice. You feel comfortable, helping you in everything, and they want the same back. So it's simple. If you are working with your family, you are with your family. It doesn't matter who you are with your family. You have to spend time with them. Even if I want a picture, I will not ask for a picture. I will go to the training ground for a picture. So this is the main difference. So it's really nice because they understand that at the end, football is just a job. So we know we make many people happy and the passion and all this stuff. But normally in Europe, we don't understand the privacy they do there. So that's why I spent a really, really good time there, because I knew once I arrived home, I could be a dad and spend time with my wife and my kids and do everything like the other person. I go into the playground and I go into the public swimming pool with the others, mixing like just one normal person, and you cannot have that in Europe. At the beginning, we have a translator. He was from Costa Rica, speaks Spanish and Japanese. His wife was Japanese and he was living for 20 years there. So we started studying Japanese. At the beginning, we thought it was impossible to learn. And then we started studying. We thought, okay, if we spend more than 1 year here, we will speak Japanese more or less okay. It's not as difficult as you think. But once we realized we were only for 1 season there, so all the time we were spending studying Japanese, we take this time to visit Japan. So we forget about to learn the language and we spend a lot of time traveling around because it was worth. It was a huge country, but all the time we have off was just to travel from the north to the south.